unlock this untapped power with these Diablo 4 third-party tools. Join me as I reveal these third-party tools that will enhance your gameplay, take you to the next level, and ultimately give you the best edge against the Diablo evil. Don't miss out on this exclusive look into the world of Diablo 4, where these essential tools will take your game to the next level. Diving into these tools, one of the most important things is going to be the Hell Tide tracker. Let's get into it. So it's going to be helltides.com. Once you pull that up here, it's going to give you a couple pieces of information. Let's start with the Hell Tide. It's going to tell you exactly when the next Hell Tide is going to appear, which is really important because there are certain things like gear and loot that you can only get in Hell Tides. The reason this is so important because obviously if you're in the game, you can see that the Hell Tide is active or it's not active, and that's really easy. But this is really important because let's say maybe you have an hour to kill and you don't know if you want to play. Hell Tide starts in 5 minutes. You can grind one out, super easy, get that loot, get going. Next, it lets you know when the next legion is spawning and the next world boss is spawning. Now, again, you don't want to worry about this if you haven't made it to world tier 3, but if you have, this is really useful information. I would really suggest, just taking a look. It's not crazy, right? It's not going to change your life, this one, but it will tell you, some useful information on timestamps of when those things will be going active. Maxroll.gg. I could make a whole video on these guys. Man, have they changed the world of gaming for RPGs, okay? Specifically, all Diablo games, Path of Exile and Lost Ark, okay? I don't even know what Last Epic is or Torchlight Infinite, but these ones here, okay? And we're going to specifically be focused on Diablo 4 today, but if you play any of these other games, this is going to be extremely useful. These guys are amazing. If you know guys like Udijo, Rax, all these guys, they write the guides. The best guys doing it are writing their guides. That's how good Maxroll is. Have you ever wondered the best guide or how to build a certain Diablo character? Which ones are strong early, which ones are strong late? It's all here. Let's get right into the business. First thing, and I think probably most important, are going to be the build guides. It has everything you would want to know. You play Druid, it's going to have a guide. Pulverize, it's going to have Shred Druid, it's going to have Trample Side, Tornado Druid, and then all their coordinating leveling guides and endgame guides. So what that means is 1 to 50 and 50 to 100 basically. It's going to take you through the whole game, how you should play it, what aspects you need and when, how to level your skill tree, how to level your Paragon board. It's going to give it to you all. Not just for the Druid either. It's got Barbarian, everything you would want, Necromancer, Rogue, and Sorcerer. So let's take a look at the most popular build in the game, which is the Twisting Blades Rogue. If you take a look at the endgame build guide, it's going to tell you the optimal gems, the optimal loot and gear that you need. It's going to tell you your full game end game setup. So you're going to pop Poison Trap into Shadow Imbuement, dash across their face, pop Shadow Step, pop your Cold Imbuement, and Twisting Blades all up in their grill, okay? So it's going to tell you all of that. It gives you actually a texted out detail of what needs to be happening. It'll show you a full detailed leveling build. It will show you a full detailed Paragon board all the way through. If let's say you're on the first Paragon board, which I am on my Rogue right now, you can take a zoom in and look at exactly how you should look at that Paragon board, because for a lot of us, we can't theory craft. We're not those guys. So we just want to build to help us through the game. This is where you want to go. I mentioned tier lists. Now these are really important. Now we have the Nightmare Dungeon tier lists, Glyph, Leveling, Group Farm, and Pushing. So these are going to be the best dungeons to farm for all of those things. The Nightmare Dungeon push tier list, if you don't know what that is, there's tiers of dungeons at the end of the game, like Nightmare Dungeon tier 35, right? So pushing super high dungeons, This is going to be a tier list for that. Obviously the end game tier list, so level 50 to 100. Speed farming tier list, so getting through the game as fast as possible, and a leveling tier list. So the most popular is going to be the end game tier list. When we take a look at the end game tier list, you have S tier right now: Werewolf, Tornado, Druid, Bone Spear, Necro, the Barb, Death Trap Rogue, Twisting Blades Rogue, right? Those are the most optimal builds. You're going to have the easiest time in the end game, right? Then you have A tier. These builds are super awesome. Now you have Whirlwind Barb, Flurry Rogue, Barrage Rogue, Venomist, Necro, Stormclaw Druid, Pulverized Druid, and all the Sorks. Now, if you notice, I skipped over these dark ones. What the dark ones mean is there's not a build yet for them. They are coming. Diablo 4 is super new, so not very many people are building a Lightning Storm Druid, but there are some people. So that build will be incoming, so stay looking out for that. Maxroll puts these out as fast as they possibly can, and they do a really good job of doing it. This is your bread and butter of Diablo 4 resources. Let's move into something that's going to save you the most time. This map changed my life. Let me tell you why. When you take a look at this map, it looks like a lot, right? There's just shit all over the board. Just literally all over, okay? And you're like, what am I supposed to do with that? You can't even see the map. Let me show you. Let's say, for example, you're just trying to find all the altars of Lilith to grind out your renown. You can come here and quite literally unclick everything but the altars of Lilith. Boom! All of a sudden, you just have these altars of Lilith. Look at this. You come down here, you know exactly where they are. They have been data mined. You can get all 5 or all 6 of these in this quadrant. Boom, done. Move to this quadrant. 3, boom, done. Look how fast you can do that. Comparatively, imagine trying to search for those 6. This could take you an hour alone. Like, come on, how crazy is that? And it's not just altars of Lilith, my guy. It's not. Maybe you're just trying to get all the dungeons in a certain area. Let's take a look at that. You can pop open dungeons, and let's say you just want to do Fractured Peaks. You can unclick all the other areas. All of a sudden, boom, all of your dungeons right here. You can get them all done. You know exactly where they are. Now, I would recommend reviewing the whole map because that's going to be super useful for you. But if you don't want to do that, this is an easy way to find all of the dungeons. Or if you have not found all the waypoints, which is very, very important, you can put them on the map to go get them. Let's do it. So easy. All of them here. Boom. You just boom, 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 boom. All of them. They're all there. This resource is going to save you heaps amount of time. Those are the most optimal 3, if I'm going to be honest. They're all very useful. Now, this one is just in case you're not a Maxroll fan, which you should be. You can take a look at d4builds.gg. It's a really good, useful site. So let's take a look at the most popular build in the game, which I'm doing on stream right now, is the Twisting Blades Rogue. Let's take a look. You click on Rogue, Twisting Blades mid-game Rogue. You take a click on it. It'll tell you the core legendaries, optional legendaries, the glyphs that you need, all of your loot, and you can take a deeper look at it. If you just click view full build, it will take you here. It will actually tell you where to put the aspects most optimal, what jewelry and where, or sorry, not what jewelry, but you're going to want to put which gems and where they go. This actually lays out, just like Maxroll, how you want to basically skill path. So you pop a Poison Trap, you pop Dark Shroud, you pop Shadow Step, dash into Puncture maybe, and you're just spinning those Twisting Blades. Obviously, you want Shadow Imbuement, not Dark Shroud. Dark Shroud is shit unless you are very bad at the game. You can take Dark Shroud. That's why Maxroll is better. One more time. And everything else, you know, you can look at basically anything you want to. You can build your own here, which is pretty cool. But generally, this you can take a look at the skill tree. You can take a look at your Paragon board. stats, any notes you want to leave on your builds. But these are builds that are already made. If you want to build your own, great place to do so. Awesome plug. And that's pretty much it. D4 Planner is pretty simple, not much to it, but you can have awesome builds, and if you want to save some theory crafting, a great place to do it. With that being said, is there anything I missed? Do you feel like there's a critical resource I didn't include here? If so, please let me know down in the comments. As a reminder, folks, please do check out my barbarian build. I did put that up for you guys. It's either gonna be here or here, not sure, but I'll put that up for you. Take a click. It's awesome. Special thanks to you guys for making this all possible. I do appreciate all the support, and you guys have a good one.